Hello, everyone. Hi, dear Sarvash community. My name is Max, and I'm used to work as the Madrid in the Sarvash. And this video is a sort of thinking about the upcoming Shavuot, and I guess it's really important to understand it well and to get better. The 49 days we think about ourselves from we started from Pesach, and now it's the end of this process of analyzing what we're doing, how we're doing. So the end of this process is approaching, and I want to discuss with you a tiny thing. Actually, do we need to get better ourselves first? Or do we actually need to help others to get better first? And this is the video where we try to discuss this both and maybe to see this in different perspectives. So every one of us has this sort of traumas. Every one of us during the childhood, we had different events which influence us in a different ways, and sometimes we scared about the loneliness and happiness, we scared about the lack of cariness, and so on. So all these fears we had, even though now as a grown-ups we don't have that anymore, but actually it's gonna stay with us like throughout the years. And this is a quite interesting situation. But we have quite interesting approach that we need to care about others. What does it mean to care about others? And this is my first question to you. What we should do first, to help others or to help ourselves? Okay, so you choose to help yourself first. And this is actually a good point to start. All of us has some sort of a traumatic experience. Once I thought about that, is it possible at all to create some sort of environment for kids when they won't have any sort of traumatic experience, but when you talk with the other people and you learn about their stories, they experienced that traumatic event, and when you hear them and it's like, what? Seriously, it's not a traumatic experience at all. Because try to feel my pain. I had more painful events in my life, and this is usually the problem we have. So there is no such a thing as a traumatic experience at all. In general terms, traumatic experience is quite unique for everyone. And those experiences which is not traumatic for you could be much traumatic for me. And this is a tricky psychological thing actually that we have. So there is no person who has no traumatic experience. And we usually don't want to go deep into this and to these details and to overcome this experience. And we're just thinking about that, okay, it's over, and now I don't care anymore about that. But it's not so helpful. And I can explain you why. The reason behind that there is no chance that you can extract something from your experience or, say, this is not my past and this is not part of me anymore. This is the part of you, the part of ourselves, the part of every one of us. And really important things to do is to accept that. All these experiences that we went through made us who we are now. And this is important. If you would think that, let's imagine that those type of experience wouldn't happen with you, so that would mean that some part of your personality would change. You learn a lot from this traumatic experiences that you had. This is the really important thing. And all the bad emotions, all the bad things happen to us, and the bad emotions we experience, the bad things happen, it's actually given to us as a gift, as the signal of something went wrong, as the learning lesson, as experience to make ourselves better. And the quite important thing is not to cover this in in a lot of stuff in your head, or switch to the different activities to not to think about that. The really important things for us to get better is to feel that it's actually essential part of us. It's not all what we are and who we are. And that means that this is just a tiny piece that can make us better in any sort of events. I would bring you an example. I would bring you my personal example, actually. I'm really scared about future. And this is some sort of traumatic experience that I had during my childhood. But when I accept that, I realized that this learned me quite a great thing. My mind now can recheck a different paths and what happened if. So my mind works like that at the moment. Because of this fear of something went wrong in the future. And this could be a nice example for every one of you. Try to think about your traumatic experience as what you learn afterwards and how you actually get better and how that influenced you. Choose the second option, the option to help others first. And this is good because when we help others and when we help community to get better, it first of all gave us a lot of hope that something can be fixed, that some sort of experience we had in the previous time, we want to prevent that, and we want to make this happen for others. And this is a huge motivation to go through, and we need to accept that. The only thing matters the motivation you can put there and how you want to prevent this event for your community. This is really important. That those things actually motivate us, like the bad experience that motivate us really much to change an environment, to change something which never will allow to happen, these bad things with others. And to care about others is quite great emotion. So there is a statistical analysis about the experience we had after we helping some others and how satisfied we're after that. So, and that compares with the different activities like sport, hugs, friendships, dinner, whatever. So, and it shows that when you help someone, it's one of the highest emotion that you can experience, and you feel yourself comfortable that you can actually change something. I guess from my understanding of this process is quite easy. We created as the creatures who should either fix this world, make it better, and to create something for others as well. We should be creators of our own lives, and not only our own lives, because we are really social animals and we need to make something for others as well. And those motivations that when you choose to help others, the only thing you need to be aware of, that sometimes it's quite hard and you can lose yourself. So be aware about that, that actually getting better in terms of the community sometimes require you a lot of power to put to make this happen, no matter what you choose before. The main idea that none of these paths can be separated. I would help first myself, or I would help first others, and to get better, we actually need to do it both. No matter what comes first, what the second, but in any sort of events, we need to understand that if we choose, for example, to help others first, this motivation and those traumatic experience that we had one day can appear, and we can start struggle with that because we will face some sort of event which most probably will trigger our memories about the traumatic experience we had. And that is why it's quite important not just to help others, but to help yourself first. Maybe not first, but in parallel. But if we are focusing just in helping ourselves, we're losing quite important potential, because all these traumas and all that experience we had, it gave us a lot of power and a lot of energy to actually overcome that, and a lot of experience and motivation not to prevent such sort of events. So if you're scared of loneliness, so you will create yes clubs, or if you didn't have any sort of possibility to express yourself, you will create a space where everyone can be open and can do whatever they want. Or there is a lot of other examples for that, but still, when you have this motivation, it's a waste of resource not to use that. And when you know how to fix yourself, you definitely should help others to get better. This is important things for us to find this sort of a combination, and we don't need to be scared, because sometimes we are thinking, okay, like the volunteering job is something or volunteering activities is something that sane person can do or whatever. It's not true, because or you don't have to feel something selfish when you help others. It's not exactly true at all. So that's we need to accept really important point that when you help others to get better, you actually get better yourself. And this is the point where we need to think, to understand, and to make it happen. And as I said, so you can start from helping others first and then helping yourself. Or you can actually make it in parallel, or you can start from helping yourself, but please don't forget about others. You can help others and prevent this sort of events. So I think we're approaching quite important data in the Jewish calendar, and this data is actually, and the story behind of this data showed us that Moshe got a Torah as one person, but he represented all the Jewish nation, or all the Jewish people who even weren't born this time. So every one of us stood there, and this is the true example, I guess, of when you do something for yourself, you actually do it for others. Or you do it alone, but you do it for others, or you do it and then this event showed us that it's quite important to think about both sides, about yourself and about others as well. Chag Shavuot Sameach, and I hope every one of you will learn something about yourself, not only about the tradition, about the story of Shavuot, about the Torah, but try to find how this story is actually connected to yourself. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here.